Shine. यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष। प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
The sixth, as the T20 game has evolved around for, well, not that much more than 2 decades now on the international scene, almost exactly 20 years. This has turned into a more and more important over, isn't it? Because the batters should have got the pace of the pitch, and it's the final one of the fielding restrictions. Nepal took it for 12 or maybe 14 in the first. Kuwait will need to do the same to start to get up towards that required run rate.
Yes, the 5 ball remaining of the power play. The left-arm spinner bowling against the left-arm batter. Matchup, we always talk about matchups. He already taken a wicket of the left-hander.
Yeah, right on the money. Robert Powell, his 50th T20I, just doing the fielding there as captain. Amazing to think of such a young man having led his country through some turbulent times. He probably assumed the captaincy in a way in which he wouldn't have envisaged or imagined, coming to the role at a very young age. This one can't be given out. LBW pitches outside the leg stump as Yasin Patel looks for the sort of sweep around the corner, but he's really grown into the role, isn't he? And he looks very comfortable as the leader now.
Yes, he has done a terrific job captaining Nepal since 2022.
Also shows the volume of cricket that Nepal are playing these days. Again, pitches outside the leg stump. And you would have to say, probably the Cricket Association of Nepal, alongside some of the other boards, you think of the Ugandan Cricket Association, Kuwait themselves, Qatar, a lot of these boards are doing a really good job at getting games outside of the official ICC or ACC pathways, at getting bilateral tournaments. As the slog sweep comes out, and it's going to go over the head of Dipender Singh Airi. We said there'd be some attack in the 6th over. There indeed is. It comes from Yasin Patel, and Rajbanchi's hit for the second 6 of his spell.
Talking about matchups, this is a good, clean hit by Yasin Patel towards square leg for a 6. Nicely picked up, slog sweep. He tried that shot earlier, he missed it. This time around, he got the mid of the bat.
Question will be, does he look to go again? Big gap at mid-wicket. Deep backward square is out, long on is out. Can't go again because Rajbanchi bowls flatter through the air. So it's again 7 from his over. He's got 1 for 14. Kuwait 31 for 3 at the end of 6.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
Nepal top, sub TikTok. Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
A slog sweep by Yasin Patel in the last over of the power play, which went for 7 runs. After 6, Kuwait are 31 for 3, and there's a bowling change.
And a big cheer as well, because Sandeep Lamachani will come into the attack. He starts very well. Nice drift and a bit of turn away. A lot written about the reasons and the fact that he wasn't involved in the West Indies series. He was there on the first day, but didn't end up in the playing 11. Stuart Law came out and said he missed the first game for personal reasons and then wasn't with the squad for the last 2 games, but he's now back in his national colours, and he is hoisted high into the air towards long on, and it's dropped. Burst through the hands of Nandan Yadav. And we spoke about the importance of Nepal's fielding. That should have been taken. Lamachani should have celebrated his return to the national team with a wicket second ball. Instead, it goes for 6.
Yeah, he should have taken that. He was really comfortably under the ball, but it bursts it through the hands.
Back live with you now. Goes flatter, goes with the googly. Yeah, one thing I know about Kuwait from covering so many of their games, they will continue to attack even if they lose 5, 6, 7 wickets. They have hitters all the way throughout their lineup. Big moment in the game, that the biggest swing we have really in our sport, a wicket or a maximum.
That is where Nepal has to.
They've got to show their quality, Paresh, don't they, in the field?
Yes, they have to. Not only 3 or 4 players, but all 10, including the keeper. They have to feel well.
And I suppose that's where historically there's been a bit of weakness from the likes of Alalat Rajbanshi, who does work very hard as fielding, maybe Lamachani himself, but you'd have expected Nandan Yadav to take that very catchable opportunity. But instead it just burst through his hands. It almost felt like he didn't get a touch on it. He just kind of went straight through them.
It looked like he was under the ball very comfortably in the first instant, but I don't know, however he missed the catch. Probably the light was not the issue, the floodlight was not the issue.
Yeah, he won't have been looking directly into either of the 2 big pylons there from the angle that it came at, so don't think it should be a floodlight issue, but either way, just misjudging the depth of it as Lamachani comes round the wicket now. Swept around the corner, but there is protection down there, so it will be 10 runs from Lamachani's first, the best over of the chase for Kuwait. The score, 41 for 3.
हरेक लक्ष्य को आफ्नै हातमा छ जोश को उत्साह को मेहनत को लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट शाइन यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC।
At number 9, but they'll just keep coming and coming and coming at Nepal.
That is where Nepal should capitalize. There's a bowling change. Dipender Singh Airi, the offie, comes into the attack to the left-hander, Yashin Patel.
This is a good move. Irie is interested with an LBW appeal. His initial instinct was to go for the piece of fielding to the leg side. That won't have been far away. Won't have missed leg stump by much this. You feel like these 4 overs, or potential 4 overs of Irie, are very important. When he's good with the ball, he's exceptional, isn't he? He can go with sort of 3.5, 4 runs and over. And they need that from him tonight.
And he bowls very quick through his overs. Coming around the wicket to the right-hander as well.
He simply does everything on fast forward. And the problem is he's so quick between his deliveries, so quick at fielding off his own bowling. He can bowl an over against you in a flash before you even know it's got through you as a batting pairing. I think he's bowling as well as he's ever bowled. And look at the way he becomes a 12th fielder. They take him on, run out opportunity. Oh, and so nearly the 4th wicket. Irie sprinted 30 yards and picked up and through in one motion. It's not 11 fielders out there when Irie's about, it's 12.
He is a live wire in the field. And look at him go after the ball.
You've got to recognise your fielder there if you're Kuwait. This is close as well. Direct hit. Oh, might have been gone. Great umpiring from Phil Gillespie. He gets the right decision. Massive shake appealing to the wrong side. Again, flat through the air. He'll again field with his own bowling. Does Dipender Singh Airi know that other players are allowed to get involved in the game, or he just does it all himself?
He's so quick that he can cover the 30-yard circle by himself. He doesn't need any other fielders.
Literally can't he? Remarkable efforts and energy and enthusiasm and passion for the game. Good start from Irie. Just going to be 4 from his first over. That's what Nepal needed after Big 10 run over off Lamachani. End of the 8th, it's 45 for 3.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Skyworth Home Appliances.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC।
T20 auction for Kwait players. Lamachani's cut away for a single. Mohamed Aslam, the captain, he went for 14,000 to the Sharjah Warriors. Mohamed Shafiq, who we saw bowl so well there in the first innings, he went for 10,000 to the MI Emirates. Bilal Tahir to the Desert Vipers. Meet Bavsar for 14,000 to the Gulf Giants. Adnan Idris, who is not in the squad, I don't think, went to the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders. And then no surprise to see it was Anudeep Chanthamara off to Dubai Capitals. So that's a huge development, isn't it? You come in, you start to play with some of the best players in the world, you go into really professional environments. They might not play every game, but whatever exposure they get is going to help Kuwaiti cricket.
Yeah, it will surely help their development of in their particular game as well.
What was the talk back in Nepal about Sandeep Lamachani missing out on those games? I think most Nepal fans obviously want him in the 11. It was a big surprise to see him not playing there.
Yeah, that is what the head coach Stuart Law in the press conference said, that because of personal reason that he didn't play. Apart from that, we don't know anything.
Back into the 15, straight into the 11. Looks in good rhythm to me. As he's pumped down the ground, good place to hit here. And it's going to be one bounce and fly for 4. Great footwork. In fact, it's going to go all the way for 6. I'd like another look at that. Thought it might have just bounced once in front of the rope. Give it as a maximum.
Yeah, again, coming down the track, hitting it straight.
Just out of our camera shot. Maybe just cleared the rope. Indeed, Phil Gillespie had no hesitation in raising the arms aloft. Much more like it. Maybe this angle will tell us. Get a look here. Come back live now. Again, he goes straight down the ground. Equation starting to become more manageable. That 6 brought the 50 up, Paresh.
Yes, it sure did. And Nandan Yadav dropped the catch off Clint Anto. Yeah, it cleared the rope.
I knew it bounced on grass. Didn't know it was just over the rope. As they won't get the single here. Another expensive over for Nepal. Kuwait coming into this chase. A good little 4th wicket partnership brewing up. 9 from it. It's 54 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल सनफ्लावर ओइल मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable. अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT or 550 XT पञ्चकन्या
So Sezzle, my go-to buy now, pay later app, they've got this new feature where you can earn Sezzle spend back. Like I just got 37 cents back per gallon of gas. You know, the emotional vampire of my paycheck. So get the Sezzle app, tap the earn tab, and activate the offer. You're welcome.
We're going to let you in on a little secret. Over 90% of top pro and college teams are using...
He might be used a little bit less with the ball, although, again, those two operated very well in tandem in St. Vincent in the T20 World Cup, where, well, Bertel was close to unplayable, 4 wickets against South Africa. Thought he bowled so well. Was it the first game, or probably the second game, wasn't it, against the West Indies? Some of the catching as well. Gulshan Jam, magnificent. Oh, they're going to take on Irie. Run out chance. Direct it, John. You run at your peril to this man. Oh, out comes the cartwheel. And he's nailed the landing to go with it. Outstanding fielding, outstanding celebrations. It's the one, it's the only. To Bender Singh Irene.
Yeah, his celebration is so unique. He cartwheels of his own bowling, a direct hit. There was no single whatsoever in that occasion.
Oh.
Hits the stump.
Keep your eyes on the celebrations. They might be even better than the run out. He says, thank you very much. Off he goes. Up and down. Nails the landing. 10 out of 10 from me. Oh, you've got to love it. It's going to take us to the drinks break. The cardiac kids raising the pulses again. Clinto's gone for 26. It's 56 for 4.
Nepal top, subject top.
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
नेपाल टप सब्जेक्ट टप हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै प्रभाव हुन्छ जो उत्साह मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. यो डाक्टर नवीनको सधैँ नयाँ चमकदार देखिनेका जसको सबै छिमेकीले गुनासो मात्रै गर्छ कसैको नयाँ घर हेरेर घाँटी भाङ्गिएको गुनासो सबै हैरान आए लिएर गुनासोको चाह
छोरा जन्मिँदा घरमा एसियन पेन्ट्स अल्टिमा प्रोटेक्ट साइन लगाएको त्यति नै हो
यसमा भएको युभी हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शानदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष.
Hotel booking about Isiva Battery. 2,000 plus hotels all across Nepal. Hotels with the best rooms. Relax, retreat, reservate. Hotels for every man. Escape to a holiday without the hassle. About hotel booking funny Isiva Battery.
sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
हरेक लक्ष्यको आफ्नै प्रभाव हुन्छ जोशको उत्साहको मेहनतको लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Skyworth Home Appliances.
पिउने पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि.
Greece. He's at the non-strikers end, the skipper, Mohamed Aslam, because that's where the run-out was affected. You have to love the energy and the joy that Dipendra Singh Airi and indeed many of this Nepal team bring to the game. How difficult was it to execute a run-out like that, off your own bowling as well?
It's actually very difficult, and to be honest, there was no run in that. He just ran blindly.
It's one of those ones as well, a little bit like the chance they nearly gave him trying to run 2 to him off his own bowling. It's just bad recognition of the fielder. You should know it's Dipendra Singh Airi, so you know you don't risk that single. With due respect, if that's a Karen KC, you might say, okay, yeah, we'll take it on. We'll find a way to hustle home for one. Here's the skipper. He's a very fine cricketer, both with bat and ball, and he'll have a role to play here. But it's a tricky position. They need 8.5 runs per over because at the halfway stage of this chase, it's 57 for 4.
Aba hotel booking funny Isiva Battery.
नेपाल टप सब्जेक्ट टप
Skyward, home appliances.
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ केएफसी
On this particular pitch, with the style in which Bertel bowls, you might be tricky, could get a few to skid on.
Yes, that is what Navin Raj did for Kuwait, the skiddy leg spinners that he bowled.
Starts with a loose one, but there isn't much bounce in the surface, so it isn't punished and put away. Yasin Patel will probably have to find a way with Mohammad Aslam to get this scoreboard moving, because to get 10, 11, 12 runs per over towards the death here, not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. 4 wickets are already back in the hut. And Kushal Burtel has the second best strike rate in T20Is.
Oh, Bertel nearly ran across the non-striker there. Might have fancied his chances of getting towards it. For Nepal, would there have been nerves today? I know the preparation couldn't have been any better. A series win over the West Indies, a couple of wins in the warm-ups, and what seems like a very happy and stable squad under Stuart Law, who's come in and done a great job. But there will have been nerves with the scale of the prize and the pressure that is always going to be in these qualifiers.
Yes, the qualification is in stakes, so each and every team, they will have nerves. We saw that in the first game here in this ground. UAE chasing a mere total of 119. There were nerves as well.
They got themselves in a real tangle, didn't they? Quite a very good fourth wicket partnership to pull it out of. The fire for them. And it's one of those ones that I think, again, if you haven't watched the match, you say, oh, well, the UAE have won that comfortably. It really wasn't the story for probably, well, maybe 10, if not 15 overs of the chase. Starts to get his length a bit better.
Four singles in the first 4 deliveries of Kushal Burtel's first over. The required rate is inching towards 9. It's 8.68 at the moment.
Just have a bit of breaking Nepal Premier League news, I suppose, with so many Nepal fans watching. I think this is official. One of the first overseas signings of season 2 of the Nepal Premier League, George Munsey. Scotland going to go to the Bratnagar Kings alongside Sandeep Ramachani. Didn't play the first season, so great to have him in for the second year. Well, what a cricketer he is. He's in the best form of his career.
Yes, he is, and he's been scoring runs.
Scoring runs for fun at the moment, in ODI cricket in particular. Such a good record. Going to be 6 singles from Kushal Burtel's first over. Not the best one, a little bit all over the place with his lengths, but gets away with it. End of the 11th, 63 for 4. Yeah, that second edition of the Nepal Premier League. There'll be more than a few cricketers here from some of the associate sides hoping to put themselves in the shop window for that.
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद. Asian Paints Ultimate Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV hybrid technologyले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं सुरक्षा. घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर. वर्षौं वर्ष.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
पञ्चकन्या Steel.
The attack, the captain coming around the wicket. What's the plan here? Why is Dipender Singh already been taken out of the attack as they get back for a second?
Probably he's going to bowl the death overs. That is why Rohit Paudel himself coming into the attack.
You would suspect that Kuwait might recognise this as an over to attack. That's exactly what the captain of Kuwait has done. Picks up a brace of 2s to begin with. Yes,
Swept it into the gap on the leg side. 2 runs taken. Was not in control, but got the gap. Ran hard for the second one.
Down the ground and straight to the man. Well, that's why Rowan Powell's brought himself into the attack. It's to get rid of his opposite number. It's another inspired bowling change. I think it's the 4th that's resulted in a wicket immediately. And the captain himself has a big, big smile on his face as you can understand why Mohammad Aslam's gone after him. The right matchup, all he could do was pick out, I think it's Kushal Patel, is it, down there at long on?
Yes, it was a simple catch to him. Whatever Rohit Paudel touches, it's turning into gold at the moment for Nepal.
Hey, you're spot on, and it's that trademark. I love that celebration he's got. He kisses the ball, sends a love up to the fans. Good change of bowling. It's a big wicket. Aslam's gone for 7. And Nepal are very, very pleased all of a sudden with their position. 61 for 5.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइ नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि सेवाबाट
Skyward. Home appliances.
We're speculating about will be Shiraz Khan, the leg spinner, down at number 8. There is still batting to come for Kuwait, but just regularly losing wickets, and Nepal's fielding's not been at its very best, but it's applying enough of a chokehold alongside some skillful bowling to have them on top at the moment. Will that old Achilles heel of the struggles at the death with their death bowling maybe come back to haunt them, or can they close us out, Paresh?
Well, Kami had a very good first spell.
Oh, he's nearly created another running chance to Pedro Singh Iri. I think the thing that constantly surprises batters is his speed to the ball, yes, but then the pace of the release. And the two of those combined is what makes him such a firecracker, so dangerous in the field. And you just cannot run a single anywhere in his vicinity. Well, here's it straight out again. Dipendra Singh Iri does it once more. 12 have been bowled, 67 for 5. And well, that task is getting ever taller and steeper for Kuwait. You see the two Manhattan charts, they've really been dwarfed, haven't they, because of that?